I'm Sarah. I'm half French, half Maltese, and I've been living actually in the UK for like 12 years now. I'm an actress and filmmaker, and now I've just started writing my own stuff, and Ava is one of them. So, I mean, I've always loved movies. I think a lot of people can relate to that. And growing up as a performer, I was always singing, dancing, acting, especially watching like the old MGM films. And filmmaking specifically was, I was about 15 and I went on set in Prague. My godmother was working on a film called G.I. Joe. And it was basically everyone just blowing up these cars, and I just couldn't believe that people were doing this. And I was like, this is fascinating, I want to be part of this world. My personal connection to the script stems from me meeting essentially what I still call my soulmate, and it not working out. I've learned some pretty big lessons in life where a lot of bad things happen to a lot of people, but you are defined by your attitude towards how you react to that. And I said, rather than, you know, crying myself, eating so much chocolate, blah, 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 I said, I'm gonna make a script, be productive, and make the story live on, you know. So I wrote everything down, I changed a bit, it's not completely accurate, but the lead actor is basically myself and him in one person, and the character I play is someone I would aspire to be more like, based on my best friend Ellie Rose, who, it's so weird, we sat down at a coffee shop and I said, I think this character has pink hair, and she said, and she got out her bag and she had a pink wig in her bag, so that's her wig in the film. And I said, okay, then I'm playing you. The person who inspired the whole thing, even though it's not accurate in terms of events, he will definitely know what it's about. I was very much inspired by the film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and Kate Winslet's character in that is kooky and she's very happy, and that's who Ellie reminds me of. And I was like, I think that's who I want to play, and she must have some sort of weird hair. And I don't explain it in the film, and everyone's always like, why? And I said, because that's just who she is. Maybe every day she wears a different colored wig, you know? I'm very lucky to work very close with a director called Keith Tedesco, who actually worked for both. So I think Keith had sent off a lot of our stuff, and we had a sound guy, we had a camera operator, costume designer, and a PA, that was it. And an editor on set as well. And we found the team and we just said, look, here's the script, if you're interested, you know, we're making this for next to nothing. We'd love you to be a part of it. It's going to be long hours. And every single person was like, yes, I believe in this script. That's the most humbling part, I think, as a filmmaker, especially when you're starting out and you're seeing people work for you for nothing, 15-hour days, just because they believe in you and your project. And to me, that was the best part of the whole experience. So Justus, who plays Jay in the film, he's a Lithuanian actor. And we actually met in acting class. And then, unbelievably, I hadn't spoken to him in months, he messaged me saying, have you ever seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? I think we should do a scene from that film and shoot it. And I said, I have a better idea. I've just written a script inspired by that film, and you can play the lead guy. So that was kind of it. I thought, things happen for a reason, you know, that film's come up. I don't know, I believe in that kind of stuff. And then the other two actors, they have very small parts, but very important to me. And they're very good friends of mine who just want to get their hands on work. And I was like, if I'm making stuff, I want to include my friends so that we kind of rise up together, you know, and learn from each other. So that's who the other two actors are. My favorite part of filming was definitely the acting side of things. That's mainly what I want to do. And also, I just love it when you shout action and then you just get to be someone else for a couple of minutes or however long they take. So I would say the producing side of it was the hardest. I really respect producers. I think getting a team together, financially, everything, getting people to believe in the project is extremely difficult. So the shoot took place in various locations in London. We were really lucky to have places give us their locations for free. So we had the Other Palace, which is a theatre run by the artistic director at the moment is Paul Taylor-Mills. And then there's a Maltese hotel in London called the Corinthia. And they were very kind as well to allow us to use one of their rooms as a location. Also, the rest was kind of the streets of London. I mean, London is a beautiful backdrop for films in general, especially when you're shooting guerrilla style. It's super fun. We had a couple of parks around Angel, I think. And that was it. We had very small, minimal locations. The color grading of the whole film is so important. Because when you're writing a short film, it's very hard to show every side of the person's personality at first, but I wanted to show a sense of dull, a sense of boring. And then as soon as Ava comes in, you know, with her bright pink hair, I wanted the colors to overflow. And we did that as well with the music. There is no music until Ava's character is introduced. A breath of fresh air, which is how I feel that character was in that person's life. So the music was a huge, huge part of the film. And basically, I'm very lucky to have a lot of talented friends, and one of them happens to be a Maltese singer called Federica. And she's actually in the film as well, busking in one of the scenes. Because I think, especially being from the same small country, being here, you know, struggling artists in London, I think it's really important to promote each other's work. And I'm a huge fan of her work. And it pays off because it makes such a big difference in the film. That was super cool to see how composers, not only she's a musician, she's a composer as well, so seeing how her brain works from the action was really cool.
Hey! Hey!
You left your pencil. I thought you might want your magic wand.
Thank you. You're not going back in?
Nope. Coming? There is definitely a double meaning / metaphor in the film that the lead character keeps making the same mistakes over and over again, was the main message. And what I learned is that when you're writing something, sometimes it's hard to not spoon-feed the audience, but at the same time, especially if you're writing in an artistic, avant-garde kind of way, it's really hard to get across what you mean. But that's kind of cool as well, because some people get it, some people make their own mind up about what the intention was, and I think that's actually more exciting than everyone guessing what was in my head. And I also learned from this project that making films has a lot of power. For marketing professionals, it's actually an exciting time to find new talent because technology is so accessible now that people who could never even dream about being directors or writers are now able. But it is hard to get your stuff out there, it's true. So for, I guess, professionals to then see your work is a different story. I would say festivals. Look, the buildings curve with the road. It's beautiful.
What? Nothing. You know, so many people spend their daily lives looking down. I just find it amusing when someone finally looks up.
I'm always looking up.
So at the moment, I'm really focusing on the acting side of things. However, I've nearly finished writing 2 feature films. And my next step is to hit the film funds here, back home, whatever, and try make a bigger feature-length project with the same style, and probably with Keith again, Keith Tedesco, because we work well together, and just keep trying, keep making stuff, and then hope that people like it. That's it.